Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today I'm going to draw Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, also featuring in Fortnite at the moment. I'm going to do an energetic running shot of Homer. He's going to be from the Fortnite experience. He's going to be having a hammer in one hand. He's going to have his TV remote in the other, heading over this way. So what I'm going to do is do that full body shot. I'm going to start probably around about here. I'm going to do his eye. So I'm going to do a big old circle first of all. So I'm going to get in there. Let's go from the top here, out there, and what I'm going to do is draw nice steady circular eye there. Okay, next up, let's just pop a little dot right there for his eye, little pupil. Okay, next up I've got a little nose. I'm going to have a nose coming out here, so you're going to jut out from about this point, bring it out and around there. And then what I'm going to do is draw his other eye coming up from that nose area out and around there. So it's just going to come out right around like that, and then let's pop another circle there. So we've got that. Two eyes in there. Okay, next up, I'm going to go draw his bald head. I'm going to come out from this point here. I'm going to go draw his little like eyebrow area. That's going to come up, just dink in there. And then I'm going to come along and draw upwards here. Curve around where his bald head is. Nice curve around here and then head downwards there. Go fairly straight to a point there. As I get to that point, his ear is here, so I'm gonna just do a nice curve there. Just draw a little line in there. He's got two little sort of bald pieces of hair here, and then he's got his little, it's like a Charlie Brown zigzag, so little zigzag there. And now we're starting to get that Homer Simpson look. Just over here, we've got his trademark mouth. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna come around this way here. Draw a nice curve around. Work it up to there. Then I'm gonna come right out where his lip is. Sort of juts out a little bit there. And then goes right in to the nose area here. Let's just pop his mouth area in. So I've got a line going along this way here, around, and nearly all the way up, but just leave a little line because I'm gonna just draw in some little lines for teeth, little curves. I can finish off that little curve there. Then what I can do is just draw a little, looks like a little curve for the tongue. Just go up, down, up, down. You can fill that in. Like the one bit on Homer Simpson that we can ink. There we go. It's starting to look like Homer now. That's cool. Okay, next up I'm going to just draw his neck going down here to his collar. So that's going to go down from about here. Just curve it down to about that point. What I'm going to do is draw the inside of his collar here, so that actually follows down here to a point, so it's like a little V. We're going to come back up the other side of the collar, up like that, clip it in there, and then we've got his neck line sorted. Now all I need to do is just draw his sort of famous white collar on his shirt, so that's gonna come down here, line down there, bring it around and up to the neck area there. And on this side we're going to come out from the chin area, we're going to come out about here, bring it in and just line up. We don't even need to go all the way to the end of that. We've got that Homer look. Okay, now I'm going to draw shirt coming down to his trouser area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a line from that collar. Just going to bring a line, a little bit of a curve to there. And then what I'm going to do is just draw a big old curve right here for his belly area there, okay? All right, I think I need to get this arm in. So he's got his arm coming up, bending here where he's got his remote. So first of all, I'm going to draw his sleeve on his shirt. So his shoulder is about here, kind of curves out this way, then kind of curves in on itself around there. And then we'll just curve it and bring it back to his shirt there. It sort of clips over a little bit here. So there's a little dink where it sort of clips where his arm is, yeah? And then what I can do is just draw his arm, sort of forearm bicep area coming out here. And then what I can do is from this point I can draw a line out for the other side of his arm. Just come along this way to an elbow and bring your pen up to about there. On this side, the fold in the arm is around here. So we're just going to do a line up this way, bring it in ever so slightly there. And then I can draw a curve of his thumb. So I'm going to bring my pen up, around and in. And then I can draw, so that's his thumb area. I can draw his little controller around here. So first of all, I guess it juts up around here. It goes over to the left at a diagonal point there, and it will come down, yeah, about that way. Now there's some little crystals on the end of it here. I'm just going to draw the edge of it coming down this way here. And then it's sort of got 3 little crystals on, so I'm going to draw a little wiggly sort of diamond there. Slightly bigger one coming around this way here. And another one just popping on there. Got this sort of Fortnite crystal look. Now I've got that in, I can draw his fingers coming over the remote. So I've got one coming up around here. Just draw some little oblongs. 1, 2, and one from that crystal probably coming up. Yeah, 3. Just a little line there for the remote. And the remote itself, I guess we could just draw a little sort of circle in here. There's a little circle there for the red dot, and then we've got some various little buttons on, so we can just sort of draw a few little oblongs in here. Just give it an idea that it's a little remote. I think that's enough. That's all we need to do there. Okay, on this side, I'm going to draw the arm going out this way. So his shoulder sort of weirdly juts down a little bit from that collar, just down like that. And then it pops out where his shirt sleeve is, all the way to about here. Then I'm going to curve around here and then just bring it back in, little taper there. And then I'm going to do his arm coming out here, elbows there, down this way. So let's take the outer part of the arm, probably about here. I'm going to bring my pen nice and curved, curve around where the elbow is, bring it out ever so slightly to there. And then on the inner side where his bicep will be, I'm going to just draw a little curve there. That's it. Then I'm going to come down where his forearm crease is, so go into the picture, come out there, and just out a little bit. And then I can just draw his fingers in. So he's grasping a little hammer. So from here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then just come around here and then bring it back to the edge, so it's all joining up. And then I'm going to draw his little hammer, so I've got a little bit jutting out the end here. It sort of comes outwards, sort of this way here. Now there's a little sort of battery pack on it, so I'm just going to sort of draw a little oblong on there. There's a couple of little straps on this, so I'm going to just do 1, 2, 1, 2 little lines there. And then I'm just going to get into that hammer area. So what I'm going to do about here, draw a little curve up like that, and I'm going to do the return of the hammer here. So I'm going to come out here, do a little curve up to about there. Now I'm going to sort of make it a bit 3D, so just bring a line down here, around there, join it up, and then I'm just going to do the inner part, just sort of join it there, leave a gap because there's a little circular bit, so there's a circular area around here, little curve there, little sort of circle in there, and I'm just going to draw a little gap there to make it more look like a hammer. I'm just going to join up those lines. It can be nice and loose on that bit, just give it an idea that he's holding a hammer, and I think his little thumb is about there. Cool, okay. I'm going to draw a line in here where his shirt comes down, so it comes down sort of this way here, and then from about this point here, I'm going to draw the outer part of his shirt. It just spools out like that. Now I'm just going to join it up. It kind of joins with a swoosh sort of down here, and it goes up and joins there. So I'm going to go in from here, I'm going to go in like that, curve it around like that, and just join it up. Got that sort of classic Homer Simpson shirt. Now next up I've got a leg coming down this way, so let's do the outer part, sort of the rear of Homer's there, curve down here to a knee join there. We then come down sort of this way here, so grab your pen and come down this way here. For that, on the inner part, for the inner part of the trousers, probably about here, we're just gonna grab our pen, curve it down to the knee area here and down to about there. Then what I'm going to do is just draw the crease of his trouser. That comes around this way. There we go. Now there's another little line for his trouser coming around this way here. And then what I'm going to do is draw his shoe. So I'm going to come out at the heel here. I'm going to come around at the top here to a point. And then I'm going to come down this way. And then he's got the crease of his shoe in the sole there. So this then goes along this way here. And there's another line just underneath. About there, right? Put a line in there. Draw a little, I guess, triangle there. I'm gonna then, from this point here, just come outwards and up and join up the shoe there. And then at the bottom, I'm gonna come downwards. I'm gonna draw a little curve all the way around, meet up to that line there, join up like that. It's quite a tricky bit. And there's almost like another little line around that there. Now, just the rest of this leg to go. So this leg is sort of bending around this way. So all I need to do here, for this gap, just gonna come in where his belly comes in there and then down. That's it for that side. And then over here, sort of the end of his shoe is here. So I'm gonna just draw about here. I'm gonna come out, draw a little chip into it, come downwards around here and up there. That's where his shoe is. And then I'm just gonna draw his trousers around that. So it's like the end of his trousers sort of come around here and up, and then we'll just draw a little loop in there. Okay, right, just a little line in here on that hammer, just give it a bit of detail, and then just make sure we've got that controller filled in, and maybe the little sort of gem rocks, we can just sort of draw some little cracks in them like that. Maybe a couple more little curves. And actually, that bit, what we could do is just get the pen and just colour it in as well. So even though I said that's the only inking bit is in the mouth, actually, this bit around here I can just sort of fill in if you've got the pen. There we go, just go around those little buttons, all around there. He's got his TV remote in his hand. There we go. It's a little bit of a tricky one, but quite a fun one to do. Let's just make sure I've filled in all the edges, just that little bit up here. There we go. And there we are. That's it. That's Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, also featuring in Fortnite at the moment. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who I can draw next, and I'll see you again really soon. All right, bye for now.